Sonia is currently out on bail. After spending years in prison, she drives her own car and lives a normal life as a free woman. She is also a convicted mass murderer. In a single night, she methodically executed 8 of her own family members, including her 40-day-old infant niece. The Indian justice system explicitly reserves the death penalty for what it defines as the rarest of rare crimes. A premeditated slaughter of an entire family meets every criteria for that ultimate punishment, yet the perpetrator is currently breathing free air. The contradiction goes further. Under current inheritance laws, Sonia's direct descendant, her son, is legally positioned to inherit the wealth of the exact people she murdered. This aerial photograph shows exactly what is at stake. The victims left behind a sprawling residential estate in Hisar, surrounded by highly valuable agricultural fields, alongside multiple factories and commercial properties worth millions. A justice system is built to punish the guilty. We have to look at how rigid legal procedures can be weaponized to effectively reward a killer with the exact prize they committed murder for. In August 2001, Sonia's father, Relu Punia, was a highly successful politician and businessman, holding millions in assets. Sonia demanded that he sell 50 acres of his land to bankroll a new business venture for her husband, Sanjeev. Her father and her brother refused to liquidate the land. That financial rejection became the direct trigger for her plan to wipe out the entire Punia bloodline. On the night of August 23rd, the family gathered to celebrate a birthday. Sonia volunteered to prepare the kheer, a traditional sweet dessert, and laced it with heavy doses of sleeping pills, serving it to everyone, including the children. Once the sedatives took effect and the house fell completely silent, Sonia and Sanjeev armed themselves with a heavy iron rod. They moved methodically from room to room, bludgeoning the unconscious family members to death one by one. To hide the noise of the impacts and the potential screams, Sonia turned the stereo dial up to maximum volume, letting loud music echo through the estate while they spent 2 hours completing the executions. They planned the timeline, sourced the sedatives, and ensured no witnesses survived. This was a calculated asset liquidation. The police investigation was brief. Sanjeev confessed to the killings, and investigators found Sonia's personal diary detailing her intentions. The lower courts easily secured convictions and handed down death sentences for both of them. Facing execution, Sonia initiated a relentless series of mercy petitions. She argued that executing them would leave their toddler son an orphan, using the child's future as a legal shield to delay the hangman. These stalling tactics worked for over a decade, bouncing between courts, until the highest executive authority in the country, the President of India, formally rejected their final mercy petition in 2013. However, in 2014, the Supreme Court of India issued a landmark ruling regarding the psychological toll placed on inmates waiting for the gallows. This timeline graphic illustrates the court's logic. The ruling established a 5-year threshold for death row. Because Sonia delayed her execution for 12 years through petitions, her status automatically flipped from a death sentence to life imprisonment. The Supreme Court formalized this decision, applying the new rule to 15 distinct cases and permanently saving Sonia and Sanjeev from execution. The leniency cascaded. Sanjeev used his commuted sentence to secure a temporary parole, immediately fled the state to Gujarat, and successfully operated as a fraudulent holy man with thousands of followers before police finally recognized and recaptured him. By continuously filing paperwork and weaponizing the court's own administrative backlog, the killers successfully ran down the clock and legally erased their own death warrants. With the killers avoiding execution, the legal system turned to the multi-million-dollar estate left entirely vacant by the eradication of the Punia bloodline. The courts relied on the Hindu Succession Act. They identified Relu Ram's surviving brothers as Class II heirs, secondary relatives who are next in line when no immediate family remains, and transferred the property titles to them. This family tree flowchart maps out that initial decision. With the 8 immediate family members wiped out, the law drew a line directly to the side branch, granting the assets to the uncles. But the chart holds a legal landmine. Following the line down brings us to Sonia's son, who was left alive. Under the law, a direct grandchild is categorized as a Class I heir, giving him a higher legal priority than the uncles. A convicted murderer is legally stripped of their right to inherit anything from their victims. But the inheritance laws contain a precise loophole. The innocent child of a murderer retains their full, unblemished legal right to the estate. As a legal adult, Sonia's son currently holds the supreme standing to enter a courtroom, sue his great-uncles, and take total financial control of the properties his mother killed for. The courts follow the letter of the law. The patient criminal can leverage those procedural rules to escape the death penalty, walk out on bail, and ensure their immediate family captures the immense wealth they slaughtered 8 people to get.